What's going on, everyone? This is Aaron Wilson again for Inside the 49. We're back again for the, Chris, third, fourth, fifth video this week? I don't know. We're going a little crazy this week because we are excited about playing against.
I think like today.
Dallas Cowboys. I know it feels like that. It feels like that. So today we are going to be looking at the Dallas Cowboys defense. What are they doing defensively, and how can the 49ers and Mr. Kyle Shanahan attack them? We're just going to give a couple of our ideas. I'm sure Kyle has these plus hundreds of others on how to attack them.
Yeah.
We want to give a little bit of information.
He's relying on our show.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
He's waiting until Sunday morning.
Yeah, whenever D'Amico's done with all his interviews,
exactly. Then they're going
to game plan for this week.
I love it. All right, so we're going to start off by.
And if I die during this, then I'm sorry, but I will defeat COVID.
Yes,
that's the last thing that I do.
Yeah,
so going this game tomorrow.
That's all that matters.
I'm in a hotel room, as you can see. You're still in prison.
I'm still in prison, right beyond the 49ers stadium.
Same room as I'm in.
Same room, still prison.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to
the sausage is made, baby.
We're going to get What Is Beautiful Faces, and we're going to go.
Thank God.
Full screen. And there we go.
I don't like death anymore.
So what we're going to do is we're going to look a little bit on my beautiful drawings. I am not an artist by any stretch of the imagination, but you'll see the best that I can do in this situation. So
don't sell yourself short.
We are going to talk about three different defenses that the Cowboys are primarily running from the three games that I watched. So the first defense is going to be a very simple one. It's called cover one. Cover one, you got one free safety back behind in coverage. You also have a linebacker who's going to be playing some form of behind the quarterback slash middle of the field, and then you'll see the rest of the field is going to be playing some sort of man-on-man. So from here, this is going to be one of the primary defenses that the Cowboys use, and we're just going to show it in motion to you, and then we're going to go to the second defense, which is going to be cover three. So here, first of all, let's take a look at cover one. All right, pretty simple stuff. Nothing too crazy. It's a base defense. A lot of teams run. I would say probably every team runs this at least once a game, I would say. What do you think, Chris?
I don't know. I couldn't see your screen change. So.
Oh, you couldn't see my screen change?
Yeah.
That makes absolutely no sense. How about now?
Yeah, I can.
There we go.
Well, that looks like a kind of defense that I see every team play at least once a game.
There you go. All right. The second defense you're going to see is cover three defense. You will see that the Cowboys have two linebackers up as if they're going to blitz the quarterback, and they're not going to be blitzing the quarterback. They're actually going to be dropping back.
We're really good at this.
Yeah, we're really good at this. So they're getting the overload on the left side of the line of scrimmage, like the 49ers do as well. But then they're going back into a cover three defense after that. So you'll see it come in here. All right, so they're just dropping back into coverage, dropping into their spots. You have a little bit of matching going on in this situation, but that's your kind of the base cover three defense that the Cowboys are going to be running. All right, so
their safeties are way back there.
Yeah, so you have cover one, man, cover three, and then you also have a form of cover two called Tampa 2. And Tampa 2, if you guys aren't aware of Tampa 2, it's like running cover two, but you're taking one of the middle linebackers and you're taking them deep in the zone. And the Cowboys really like running this to the point that they even just take whoever is the third or second crosser, and that linebacker will actually run and sprint looking in the opposite direction of where the quarterback is. So that's the coverage they do like to run a lot as well. So I wanted to show that to you guys as well. Here we go. You'll see how deep the linebacker in the middle of the field gets. Right there. I mean, he is 12 yards off the line of scrimmage. Look at their safeties. And look how far back their safeties are playing, especially the guy on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, this would be the worst defense they could possibly play against us from their perspective.
Yeah. Why is that, Chris?
because we never thought we wouldn't throw the ball that far to the 50.
Yeah.
Everything we throw is going to be between like the 40 and the 45. So please run this a lot.
A lot, please. Well, it'll be interesting to see how far they really pushing their safeties back against us as opposed to against the Eagles. Now, this is an Eagles game against Gardner Minshew.
The mustache.
The mustache.
Did he have a mustache at the time?
I would say yes, but do not quote me on that. All right, so those are the three base coverages that we're going to see out of the Dallas Cowboys.
Now, can you show me how they don't work?
Yes, I will show you how they don't work. I think that's the whole point of today.
It was like shockingly don't work.
So the first thing we're going to key on is going to be Mr. Trevon Diggs. He's at the bottom of your screen, number 7. You probably can't read it because I can barely read it on my screen right now. But on the bottom of your screen, you're looking at Trevon Diggs, and he's going to have some issues with getting his eyes in the backfield.
Is he on the 50 on the outside?
He's on the 50 on the outside, on the bottom, correct. All right, so I want you to watch his eyes and what he's looking at. So right now, right off the bat, we know where is he looking. He's looking at the quarterback. You guys probably can't see it really small unless you got a nice big us on the big screen. But he's looking in the backfield. And here we go. And he's in the backfield, and he goes to his man a little bit, but then he decides to look in the backfield some more for some reason. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. And he gets beat deep on a 40-yard pass, which we really like to see.
Is this going to be like a blooper reel? I mean, look at how long it takes him to move when the wide receiver is running right at him, and he doesn't move, and he's like, ah.
I haven't seen a ton of this bad of coverage out of him.
No, you wouldn't. He wouldn't play in the NFL.
This is true. That's 100% true.
You don't really see players play this poorly.
All right, one more time. No.
At least once more.
At least one more time.
Dude, it's like he forgot where he was.
Yeah,
I'm playing football.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he decides after the play action is well beyond the fake stage. He decides that he's going to run at the quarterback. I don't know. Maybe he had money on the other team or something.
My guess is that he was not paying any attention and then just looked at the wide receiver and thought that he was running some type of post route or something like that.
Yeah.
And he tries to cut it off, and they're like, no, just running right down the field right by you.
And he almost makes it for a touchdown. I know, right?
That's pathetic. Who is that?
I don't know. We don't need to see it on the other side.
Crumbled to the ground, McGlinchey style.
All right, so again, we're looking at Trevon Diggs again. He's going to be on the bottom. He's going to be on the somewhat outside on the bottom, and we're going to watch his eyes again and to see what he does.
You got the tight end locked up.
The tight end locked up. The tight end isn't probably his responsibility, but he's got the tight end locked up.
Yeah.
He lets the wide receiver get behind him, and it's an easy touchdown. You don't see. I think he's. Let's see. Is there anybody?
No, that was not his. I mean, the guy running behind was his man, because the tight end was the linebackers guy. You can see right there. The tight end would have been open if Dick had decided to cover his guy, but he wouldn't be as open as whoever this guy is.
The guy is behind him. How about an easy pass? All right, so.
That's one of those passes that you don't want to get as a wide receiver because it would end your life if you ever dropped it. You know, it's so easy. You throw it to one of your girls. Yeah. It's this is not happening in an NFL football game.
Yeah. So the next 3 clips, we're going to be looking at Diggs again, but we're also be looking at the cushion that he's given away, and some of the other defenders on the field are giving away. If you see Diggs down here on the bottom, he's sitting about 9 yards off the line of scrimmage, giving whatever they want to the outside. I mean, this is easy money, 5-yard out, wherever you want it, because he just, for some reason, Diggs wants to be as back as far as humanly possible from the play.
Is that mostly when he is on the same side as another corner, or sort of in a bracket coverage or in some type of close coverage where he doesn't want to get caught up in a mesh or anything like that? or is he just do that in general?
I think just in general, he likes to be away from the ball.
He doesn't really like playing football.
Especially in run.
Yeah.
If you see any runs, he's not getting in the run fit, as we would say. All right, so
yeah,
again,
and just listening to some of the fantastically horrible podcasts and radio programs that the Cowboys have to offer, they really get on him for that. So it's an ongoing problem for him. His lack of interest. He's still in like Witherspoon year one.
Ooh, Witherspoon.
Yeah,
I miss that guy.
They don't.
All right, here we go. So right now he's obviously out of where he should be in terms of coverage because the other corner that's on the top looks like he's exactly at 7 yards. So my assumption is you're supposed to be at 7 yards, and Diggs decides that he wants to be at 9 instead, even though they're getting the same exact formation on both sides of the ball when it comes to looking at the offense. And again, he's focused on getting farther back and farther back. And farther back.
I think where's he going?
Yeah, he's not really going anywhere. He also is caught a little flat-footed there at the top.
Yep.
I mean, I think he does see the wide receiver make a little bit of a break. I would say right about, let's say there. So maybe he slows down a little bit, but he'd probably be susceptible to a double move as well. But again, look at all that space on that left side on the bottom. I mean, that's beautiful, beautiful amount of space down there that Shanahan will definitely try to use. Again, the ball didn't go his way. I don't know how McLaurin didn't catch this ball on the other side, but you guys get the point where we're trying to get at.
Did he not look that way?
No, he did not look that way.
Yeah. So I mean that's the only reason why you wouldn't throw it that way.
All right. So now we're down near the goal line, getting close to the goal line. You'll see again Diggs is back maybe a yard or so behind his other cornerback that's on the top. So one of those guys is wrong. I'm assuming it's Diggs, in my opinion. And his man even goes away. So if you see the motion from 10 coming across the field, I think it's Samuel for the Redskins. As he goes away, Diggs decides that he needs to back up more for some reason. So he's backing up as if they're going to a too high safety look, but they're not.
Yeah, he's like, I've always wanted to play safety.
So I'm going to play safety today.
Just on this play.
Yeah, but again, look at all the space on the left-hand side. I mean, think about a quick little screen to Debo against Diggs. I mean, if they don't throw that tomorrow, I'd be super, super surprised.
I mean, they're not going to be dumb enough to put him on Debo.
I wouldn't think so.
I've heard people talk about that as a possibility, but I can't imagine that they're that stupid because it wouldn't end well. Please do it. Please do it.
All right, here we go. Let's run the play. All right, we get the run fit, and we see that Diggs is nowhere to be found in the run fit. And again, it's about spacing, right?
So when that guy motioned outside, the coverage changed. So he was covering the outside receiver.
Yeah,
but not really.
All right. Again, here for another situation where just given a lot of cushion on the outside, which Shanahan should be taking advantage of. All right, guy goes away, he backs up. Now it looks like they're both about 8-9 yards off the line.
Yeah, I can understand a little bit more on the other side because you're worried about that wheel, and then there's a lot of stuff that can happen. So being a little bit farther off, since you have the guy who's short. Even though it's still probably too far because the first time marker, but it's a little more understandable. Yeah, I mean, it's like you would think that their DC would just look at the tape and be like, so what's wrong with this picture right here?
Yeah,
because you guys are supposed to be at the same distance.
Yeah,
the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, same thing again here. You're looking at
nonstop.
Same situation. He's a couple yards behind where he should be, and with that comes the ability that he doesn't want to get in the run fit. Now in that situation, he didn't need to get in the run fit, but if he were to have to come up and make a tackle, it's not happening. I mean, he's backing up more and more and more as he knows a run's coming.
Yeah, man, I don't know what he's gonna do with that outside zone.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to do anything with the outside zone with the Niners run.
But he's got to do something. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he's going to
run past it or something and try to force it inside. I don't know.
All right, so the next thing you're going to see here is going to be we're going to be highlighting the tight end, and we're be highlighting that because we're thinking that they're going to take Kittle with 49ers and isolate him on 27, which I believe is one of their safeties or strong safety, I believe, and I think he's going to be way overmatched by Kittle. So we're to pay attention to the top of the screen and kind of that's the tight end that's on the top, almost in line with the line of scrimmage. And let's check out his move. So he makes a little move to the inside, right? Maybe a little post corner action, right? And then great separation. You know, he might be just doing maybe a skinny post and then to the outside. But I mean, check out the separation he's able to get on 27. And this is, I think, Goddard, which we know how much better of an athlete Kittle is, but just a little bit of movement, one step, and he's able to get outside.
Yeah. I mean, he really thought that he was going to run across the field.
Yeah.
And wasn't nowhere near where he needed to be.
We'll see it again here. A little bit going inside, one little move, and there he is, wide open on the backside. All right, so we definitely think the 49ers are going to take advantage of 27 right here. You're going to see a similar route by the tight end. Now he's out a little bit wider, and 27 is deciding to play bump and run coverage. And he gets a little bit better coverage in this situation, but he's still overmatched when it comes to covering the tight end. So inside release, and back to the outside, it gets held. Tight end gets the ball, and then coming to him and throwing shorter. But we get the idea. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for, okay, how can the 49ers take something that the Cowboys are giving them, and this is going to be one thing that they're going to be giving them, the fact that Kittle's going to get matched up against either one of their linebackers or against 27, their safety. So we get a little to the inside, cuts to the outside, and it's open. It's there. It's a little tight.
Who is 27? I'm not familiar with who that is.
Who he is either. Strong safety. I'm not sure what his name is. Top of my head.
I'm trying to look him up.
All right, so
I'm not having much luck.
So
is he actually on the team?
I would hope so. If this is from a couple weeks ago, so we're looking at a double move from Kittle or some action where he's going towards the middle of the field and then cutting to the outside. He's going to definitely have his hand up on 27 the defender. All right, so now we're going to look at 3 plays in a row, and this idea of using trips and then a wide receiver or a tight end on the backside. So you got trips on the top, and I want you to pay attention to the safety that's in the middle of the field, and then the linebacker who's supposed to either redirect or follow that tight end or third receiver as he's coming across the field. And Dallas just doesn't do a good job of covering trips effectively. Trips is a look that changes up defenses, and you need to have an answer for it because all teams are going to run it. So this is what Dallas does, and it's really not effective, and we're going to see it a couple of different times. So right now, let's look at the tight end who's in that kind of slot position across the field.
So 27 is Curse. That's surprising.
He's better than that?
He's supposed to be.
All right, so here comes the tight end coming across the field. Yes, the linebacker's supposed to redirect, which he does a little bit of, right? But then somebody else needs to be there, right? But that window between the linebacker that redirects and the safety that's behind him is way too big. It's not a good pass, right? But the tight end does a good job of going up and getting the ball.
And talking some smack.
All right, again, let's look at the tight end coming across. He gets a little bit of a bump from 33 here. A little bit of a redirect early.
I mean,
there's a nice open window there.
That does a good job of redirecting, but if you have that much time in the pocket, you're going to hit him.
All right, so similar setup. You're just flipping the field, and instead of using a tight end in that slot position, they're going to be using a wide receiver. But the same principle is here. So linebacker needs to redirect.
We have 3 wide receivers on the left.
Yep.
And then a tight end on the right side.
Correct. All right, so here comes a third wide receiver coming across. All right, he doesn't get redirected, right? And then look at the space in between the wide receiver and the safety. I mean, that's what, 9 yards?
Yeah.
9 yards, right? That's a window that you can hit all day long. All day long. We'll see it again from the other side. Again, getting a little bit of a redirect here. That's actually Curse's time redirecting, but again, it's not enough. It's something that they are not covering well. All right, so that was in the Philly game. Now we're going to look at the Redskin game.
What week was the Philadelphia game?
Philly was 16 and Redskins were 18.
Yeah, this is all late season.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering if this is something that the opposing teams picked up on, like halfway through the season, that they couldn't defend.
Yeah.
or if this is just the way it's been all year long, because the defense is pretty good, like statistically.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't look very good. But then again, we're looking at plays where they're not getting to the quarterback.
It's true.
Which is not going to be the case all the time. So
yeah. All right. So now we're switching to the Redskin game, and then we're also switching to looks like we got tight end on the top side, and we got 3 wide receivers again on the left. Again, same idea. Trips on one side, single receiver on the other side. You will see that the safety has moved over to a little bit more of the middle of the field in this situation. Maybe that's one of the things they check to after seeing them getting beat by the Eagles that way. But as you see, as we play it, he ends up taking a little bit of a shallower route, but he's still trying to do the same exact thing. So McLaurin's coming across the field. He gets barely touched by the linebacker, but he runs more of a shallow route as opposed to a deeper route to get beyond the defender, and then he ends up going in for 6.
Yeah. Who's on number 6 on the Cowboys?
Now you're quizzing me on names. I'm not sure.
Yeah, sorry about that. Shouldn't. It's not Parsons, is it?
All right. So far we've seen a couple of different holes, what we believe are holes in the defense. Another hole that we believe is in the defense is to the check down, to the running back coming out of the backfield. And having Christian McCaffrey for the 49ers and having this potential hole in the Cowboys zone is definitely something that Shanahan is going to want to exploit. So kind of clearing out for the running back and getting those linebackers to drop, because they do drop with some good depth. Gives us the ability, gives the Niners the ability to drop off to the running back coming out of the backfield as they do here right off the bat. So you'll see that void again. This is the same play, similar play. They're running some form of Tampa 2 where you take the middle linebacker and he's running way far back to make sure he gets for that seam. And that leaves a void in the middle of the field for that depth off to go to the running back, and he's able to get 5 or 6.
I do not know why they run that so much.
Yeah, we would run if they keep on. That's like Chris said earlier. If they end up running on Tampa 2, and we expect that to be over and over and over again. All right, similar look. You're going spread out. You got one running back go for the Eagles. You're going pretty spread out. Too high safety look for the Cowboys. Take the linebacker again. He's running directly with that tight end, going deep to make sure they get rid of the seam. And that leaves a nice hole open. This is 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5. Nice hole open for the running back, and he ends up getting 12 from it. All right, so that's where we are. There's a couple of things that we saw when we looked at film that we thought were going to be beneficial for the Niners to go after. And we feel like there are a couple big holes in the zone, primarily through cushion and spacing when it comes to both where the corners are usually set up, and then if they end up running a lot of the Tampa 2 and leaving the middle of the field open, I mean, we know CMC is going to cut it up.
Yeah. Watching this makes me feel a little bit better. So if we could just block, then that'd be great.
I mean, really, that's what it comes down to, right? Can our guys up front block, Parsons and the rest of that crew that are good, and they're going to be solid up front in the run game, and in the pass game they're going to be bringing pressure, and they're also going to be stout in the run game.
Yeah. Before looking at the video, I wasn't aware of the they have some serious deficiencies in their secondary, whereas we also have some problems in our secondary, but they're more personnel problems than they are like technique problems. Just like, we have a fifth round corner and a sixth round safety, so it is what it is. Whereas their scheme is just bad, and they appear to keep running it week after week. So I have to dig into the stats a little bit more to see, are teams just abusing them when they recognize this, or is it more of a thing where, they just catch them in that Tampa 2, and then when they do, then they, run a couple guys across the field on, sail routes or similar, and then, just take the easy yardage that they're given. But this would be a game. It would be nice if you had a quarterback that had like a big arm who could really throw the ball down the field. But if they're running that Tampa 2 and they're just like going back 15 yards every play, then we have the perfect quarterback because he loves throwing the short passes. So,
yeah, and maybe that's something they're going to be doing with thinking Kittle might be running some of the seam routes. I know they're going to want to try to get deep in terms of their linebackers because of how much we run those deep ends, those deep digs. I mean, that's I would say we probably run that at least 4 to 5 times a game. Last game it might have been like more like 8 to 10.
When Jimmy's in there, it's like every series.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously they're going to want to get the linebackers are going to want to get deeper to help with that, and I think that's one of the spots they can definitely attack. So I feel like obviously this is just from watching a couple sets of games, and obviously they can make corrections. But after watching this, I really believe that Shanahan's gonna really attack and he's gonna score some points. He really is. He's gonna have the opportunity, the holes in the zone, to be able to attack them on multiple levels, and just the soft corners themselves. I think they're just gonna give away easy third downs a lot of the time. He just needs to call the right play in the right situation to take advantage of what the defense is giving them and the holes in the zone that they're giving them.
That's what we're always annoyed about is, allowing receivers 7 yards, as third down 6, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if they're doing that, then we definitely need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, that's going to wrap us up for today. As always, if you did enjoy the content, we really, really would appreciate it if you subscribed and turned on bell for notifications. And also made some comments down below. So that's always a benefit. It's always bad I didn't have to go to the emergency room. I'd always appreciate him still being alive. So again. We're super excited about this game against the Cowboys. We'll probably have another video or 2 out for you guys as well. So please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give us some thumbs up. And as always, go Niners.
Go Niners.